Hello, good day. Welcome to hazelbaldwin.com. We are dealing with the crown chakra today, and I would like you to get your blanket and roll into a sausage. We're not mucking about today. We've got quite a bit to be enjoying today. So we're going to do as we did previously, if you were here for that. Make a sausage. Before laying on it, always stroke the sausage. Stroke the sausage, let it know you're coming. Don't jump on the sausage without letting it know you're there. Connect to your sausage. And we're going to lay our backs down on the sausage. Le saucisson de silly. Le Cruzier, posse in the house. Make sure that your tailbone is close to the end. So you've got a nice hanging tipping point. But also, when you lay down, make sure you take a moment just to ease the shoulder blades around the edge of it, which is deeply releasing. If you can, almost push the shoulder blade over the top, and then the other side, you can use this and you'll feel a very relaxed feeling from the center of your heart, which is lovely. If you want to put the arms into cactus arms or out into a T shape, my personal is elbows on the mat, fingertips on the hip bones. So I've got that softening all the way through the shoulder girdle, my thoracic, the top of my neck, my cervical spine, all of that area is lovely. Lumbar's supported, the sacrum, the base of the spine is supported. Take the feet a little wide. Couple of options. You can let the knees knock in. I'm not keen on that one. I think that feels a little bit contorted, but give it a go. I don't know how your hips are today. For some of you, you may find getting the soles of the feet together and the knees to fall apart. Oh, quite nice. Oh, I think I'm liking that one today. Legs akimbo. Just experiment with whether you want the heels close to you or further away. That's rather nice. Or lastly, you can just have the feet up and let them rest there. Have the feet mat width apart so you have the same outrigger feel of elbows and feet. And you should find that quite sating. To be sated in this pose. So just rest, close the eyes. We're using this beginning posture to settle the autonomic nervous system, which isn't actually autonomic, it is under our control. And then just tap into the breath, what its rhythm is doing today. Hello, breath. How are we today? Where are we? Let the eyes close if they haven't already. And then melt over the sausage. Take the breath into the lowest part of you, almost into the root, to the base. Take the mind's focus to the space between your gubbins, the perineum, between the front bit and the back bit, the bridge, the very root of you. Don't worry about colours or anything like that. Just take the mind there. Focus your thought process there. Subtly draw up a couple of inches, following the inner part of the spine. The anterior spine. That's sort of the area where our reproductive organs are internally. Come up a little bit further into the body. To where the heat of the digestive system is. Maybe an inch or so below the navel. maybe at the navel, maybe above. I like to think of this as sort of where the energy, the processing goes on. Moving up smooth and easy towards the very center of your chest. To the heart. This is easy to find and locate because you can feel it, because you know it's there. When we get to the heart, what I'd like us to do today is to bring to our thought process, our mind, something that brings us joy. Now, this could be the attainment of something you've wished or wanted. Nothing bad with that. Maybe a beautiful item you've always wanted. Maybe the look or the gaze of somebody you love. Something that can bring you a sense of inner joy. Often easy to feel this in the heart. And even if you're having a particularly challenging time at the moment, maybe that level of joy will just be subtle. Could even be a memory of joy, but that's okay for today. We move up towards the throat area and take our awareness there. And we're leaving the spinal column and coming to the very center of the head, to where the mind resides, the third eye. And then finally, all the way to the crown of the head, but about 4 of your fingers above the crown of your head. Take your awareness right there to that spot. Now, you may not have a physical, carbon-based atomic presence above the very crown of your head, but it's definitely yours just above there. It may be air and space, but you still own it, even though it isn't a physical cell production of your body. It is, I'm sure you will agree. Quite simply, yours. Mine is mine, yours is yours. Be aware of that external space you reside in, just above you. And by now you'll have noticed the breath has taken its own natural pace, which is lovely. Register your breath pace right now. Register how easy it feels. And when we're ready, we're going to roll over onto our side. Go slow, because we slide off the sausage, ladies and gentlemen. Make of that statement what you will, and bring yourself up to seated. Go careful, go steady. We'll come to seat on our rolled up sausage, so the hips are raised on it. And if you weren't here for the last class, just introduce you to a lovely place to be. I like to call this sat on the floor drinking wine, eating canapes posture. Take the sausage and just draw it around the edges of you so it sits underneath the thighs. The legs are an easy cross-legged. And this can be very comfortable if you have no chair to sit on at some events. So those who take a pashmina with them. And get yourself sat as if you're sat on your own little throne, a little cradle, sat there underneath you, or a little bird's nest maybe. Turn the palms up, let the hands relax. Today we'll bring into play first finger and the thumb together into chin mudra. There's lots of variations of this. Thumb and finger can press together. You can wrap the thumb over the top. You can extend the fingers long. Doesn't matter. Let's not get into too much detailing, but find the one that feels comfortable for you to sit, that classical yoga position. And you will naturally, when you put the hands into this position, you'll suddenly start sitting tall, like a statue you've probably bought, you've got round your house or your friend has, as somebody sat in meditation. We're going to use this seated pose to create our own hand vinyasa, hasta vinyasa. Hands to prayer, thumbs to the sternum, press the sternum into the thumbs. Inhale, we'll go past lips, head, hands to the sky, moving into that space above the head. Interlink the fingers, turn the palms and place the knuckles on the top of the head and send the elbows wide. And nice, draw the shoulder blades down. Inhale, hands come up to the sky. Exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest. Good. Close the jaw. Inhale, softly close it, don't grip it. Look up to the hands. Exhale, release the hands down, interlink them behind you. Very nice. Inhale, lift the chest, sternum high, shoulders back, jaw closed, nose to the sky. Exhale, take chin to chest. Subtle. 10% muscular effort, because gravity's got you on this one. Come back to neutral spine and take attention to that 4 fingers just above the crown of the head, that little space there that you own. If you want to add in, you can have a lotus flower hanging out there. Why not? Draw the hands to the right side of the body. Release the fingers so they wrap around the hip or the side of the body. This will make sure your forearm is pressing against the arch of your spine and give you that natural curve. Full inhale. And let the right ear dip towards the right shoulder. My dear friend Carrie, this is reach up your street, lass. It's reach properly duck, isn't it? Isn't it? In it. You're out, kid. I can't talk about Leicester too much. They lost the football at the weekend. I'm a little bit distraught. Let me clench my jaw. Bring the head back to center. Release the hand behind and stretch them behind you. Maybe moving the grip of the thumbs away from the body. Lengthen the front of the body forward. Draw the arms over to the other side. Wrap the left fingers around. So we're releasing the fingers. So they wrap around the side of the body. Hand goes on the hip. It gives you a nice shoulder grip. Press the forearm into the lower spine. And then ease left ear to left shoulder. Such a sweet, you know already that a couple of tweaks and maneuvers can find that subtle spot that your neck has been asking you to get into. Don't go too hard, don't push, just hang. Release the hands behind, draw the arms away, lift the heart towards the sky, gaze up towards the sky. Inhale, reach the hands up towards the sky. Good. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart again. Okay, aiming to bring you that sense of joy today. Inhale, open the arms out. Now send out the joy. Send out a bit of goodness from your heart. Exhale, draw the hands back to prayer. 2 more of these, a softening of the gaze for this. Inhale, a bit of love thy neighbour, even if they're a bit of a dickwad, doesn't matter, still love them, they might be struggling. Exhale, hands to prayer. Bit of Jesus here, he said, inhale, love thy neighbour, even if it is the person that's getting angry at you in a car because you're not wearing a mask. They do weird things now. Exhale, hands to prayer. We can love them too. Inhale, take the hands up to the sky, reach on up. Interlink the fingers, turn the hands, knuckles to the crown of the head, send the elbows wide. Last one of these neck maneuvers. Inhale, reach the hands up to the sky, but keep the shoulders drawing down and release. Good. Take your sausage out to the side of your mat. We're going to go into our salutations today. Voila. You may want it at a later date. So, come to all fours. We're going to ease straight into downward dog. Exhale as we go. Just have a little feel around the system. Where are we today? Spread the fingers. A bit of a surprise coming here. Okay. Hop the feet, maybe one of your own foot distance up the mat. A little bounce. Oh, subtle hand. Just a little one. Don't get too crazy here. And we're going to go another one of those. A little. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that. That's not bad. And again, a little hop. Good. Then we're going to go back. A little, just a little. Oh, that was too big on my part. Don't go too big. Make it a little hop. A little hop. A little hop. Okay, this is longer than a downward dog by now, and then hop back to the front. This time, take the gaze between the hands and spread the fingers. Little hop. Just a little hop. Tiny little bounce. Tiny little bounce. Front of the mat. Good. Relax the head, relax the shoulders. Take the big toes together and leave a small gap between the heels. Roll up through the spine, noticing all of the fluids, leaving the noggin for a moment after those little bounces. Hands to prayer on an exhale. Surya Namaskara. Hey. Inhale, we're going to go through the heart, lips, head, arms up to the sky, but keep the gaze forward and shoot out through the crown of the head. Maybe even opening the fingers for a bit of lotus petal action. Exhale, forward fold. Follow the prayer down. Maybe rest the head on the prayer. Good. Hands to the mat. Inhale, right leg back, shoot it back, knee down to the mat. Take the gaze forward. And when we're ready, hold the breath into plank. We're going to go knee, chest, chin, knee, bottom, chest down to the mat. Relax the body onto the mat and subtly lift the heart. Tuck the toes under, downward dog, keeping the toes together. Inhale, stepping forward with the right leg. Don't worry if it only goes halfway, that's fine. Back knee down, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, front of the mat. Good. Take that chin in towards your chest. Take the prayer back to the third eye. Inhale, come all the way up. And if you need to, you can step towards the front of the mat as we reach back into a baby back bend. Good. Exhale, forward fold again. Same. We're going to be doing a couple of these, so lots of time to get muscle memory going. Inhale, left leg shoots back, knee down. Take the heart forward, the gaze forward. Hands to the mat into plank kumbhakasana. Hold the breath. Exhale, knee, chest, chin, Ashtanga Namaskar. Release the body to mat. Subtly lift the heart. Tuck the toes under. Downward dog. Inhale, left leg comes forward. Don't judge its landing point. Back knee down to the mat. You can take the knee past the ankle in this variation. Exhale, forward fold, front of the mat. Take the prayer to the third eye. Rise on up. Extend the arms behind you. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, knee down. Heart, forehead, forward. Hold the breath into plank. Glide. Exhale. Knee, chest, chin to the mat. 8 points of contact. Inhale into cobra. Maybe a little glide through. Open the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Downward dog. Good. Right leg comes through. Keep with the motion. Inhale. Eyes to the sky. Low lunge. Exhale. Forward fold. Hands to prayer to rise on up. Send through the third eye and out the crown chakra. Exhale. Forward fold. Left leg is on the move. Inhale, left leg. Shoot it back. Knee down. Heart gaze forward. Maybe up. Hold the breath into plank. Exhale, knee, chest, chin. Inhale, let yourself ripple through into a soft cobra. Tuck the toes under, downward dog. Off we go, left leg forward, back knee down. If you're struggling, you don't have to put the back knee down. You can keep it up and then step forward into your forward fold. Hands to prayer, rise on up. Exhale, forward fold. Little bit more pace on this one. Inhale, right leg back, knee down. We don't even hesitate there. We just step it back into plank. Once we're in that posture, we move on to the next. Let the breath lead you in the flow. Cobra. Tuck the toes under, downward dog. Right leg steps forward. You don't have to put the foot down. You can just look forward if you want. I mean, the knee down. Exhale, forward fold, front of the mat. That can make it a little bit more accessible. Inhale, follow the prayer up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Hope you've got a bit of warmth going on now. Left leg back, low lunge. Retain the breath into a plank. Exhale, knee, chest, chin. You know where you're going. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step forward, left leg. So it comes halfway and you're getting a bit stuck. Don't bother with putting the knee down. You can just step it forward, fold. Then as you take the prayer on up, as you come to standing, you can step forward towards the front of the mat. Nice soft adjustment. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale into all fours. Yes, all fours. Good. When we get there, we're going to take the hands a little closer to the knees, so we'll tilt back. I'm going to put the very crown of the head down onto the mat to make an equilateral triangle from the center point of the hands to the crown of the head. Now, this can do for now. We look at the hands and make sure the elbows are directly above the wrists. And I want you to press into those hands right now. Really press into them. Now, as you're pressing into your hands, you'll notice the weight on the crown of the head lessens. Get your hips nice and high as you feel comfortable to do so. You can, for some of you, may even take the hands very close to the knees. And I want you to press into those hands. And you'll notice there's a lot of strength available to take the weight off the crown of the head. It's sharing the load. We like that. We like the sharing of the load. Okay. For those of you who like this feeling or want to go a little bit more, you can take the heels towards the elbows. We have a variation of rabbit pose. This is getting you used to that feeling of where is the crown of my head? Where is that stacking space? And if I press as if trying to lift my knees off the mat, you feel the strength of the shoulders taking the weight off. Very good. Thank you. And then go into child's pose from here. Arms by the side of you, forehead on the mat, and just rock the head from side to side. This is our dynamic risk assessment for the neck. Have a little roll side to side. Yep, that's okay. Neck's still okay. Inhale. We'll come up onto the knees, roll through the spine. We'll take the prayer past the heart, the lips, the head to the sky. Reverse it. Head, lips, heart, hands down, forehead to earth. Repeat. Another Hasta Vinyasa. Roll all the way through. You don't have to connect it, just if you think it's enough. The actual physical contact is if you need to remind yourself of the energy centers where we're going through. Inhale, raise it up, bring the pelvic floor with you, if you will. And this time, exhale, take it through the midline of the body, hands onto the mat, tuck the toes under, downward dog. Good. This time we take downward dog for a full 3 to 5 breaths. Take your focus wherever you like. As long as it's somewhere on this mat, I'm happy with it. The enlightenment, the 8th limb of yoga, samadhi, is the being at one with the universal consciousness, man. That's really a journey you've got to do on your own, but we can practice on the yoga mat. And we're ready to do our little hopping skips towards the front of the mat. Spread the fingers and just do little bounces, little bunny bounces, a little bounce. Tiny kangaroo, you pick your animal. Just a little bounce, just a little bounce. Inhale, roll up through the spine. Draw the shoulders off, slink them back down, step to the front of the mat. Hands to prayer. Okay, here we go. Inhale, a little bit more here, not much. We're not going too crazy today. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we'll step that right leg back, but we're going to keep the knee off the mat. Right hand onto the earth. Options of knuckle, fingertip, or flat. If it's flat, make sure you grip the mat. Knee directly over the ankle. Left hand to the back of the head. Inhale, take the elbow up to the sky for a thoracic twist. Exhale, let it dip back down again. Breathe the elbow up. Inhale, high lunge, left elbow high. Exhale. Inhale, full breath. Extend the arm up to the sky. Shoulders are stacked, legs are firm, and I'd like you to take the weight out of the right hand. So you can almost wave at me with the right hand. Breathe here to build up strength and focus. The sun salutation's been done. We know all the body parts have been warmed up. The synovial fluid is happy to be used. Good work. Hand comes back down onto the mat. Take the right knee down. Slide your left leg back so the arch of your left foot goes in line with the heel. Stack the knee. If you wish to pad the center of your mat, feel free to do so. Take the right hand out by an inch or so. Not the foot, the hand. Yesterday was hand. I would like the arch of the foot, the toes, the knee, all in one line, and just the hand out to the side. Good, you get my drift here, don't you? Hand comes onto the hip, and we start our little variation of a gate balance. Okay, between gate and Vishisthasana. Super grip with your right hand. Remember to keep breathing as we inhale, hand up to the sky. Exhale. Okay, grip firm. Let's see if we can raise that leg. Inhaling, raising the leg. Wobble will come to meet us. Hello, wobble. Press out the crown of your head. Strengthen through all parts. And then find that subtle feeling here. If you like, you can aim. I'm going to try to extend the arm into one long line of wibbly wobbly power. Hand comes down, knee goes down, we all come down. Good. Exhale into downward dog. Ease it on back. Inhale, step, right leg forward. Gaze comes forward, low lunge. Exhale, forward fold, front of the mat. Follow the prayer to standing, prayer to third eye. Inhale, we'll come all the way up. Reach it. So we're just integrating what we did in the last class into a vinyasa flow. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg goes back, but the knee stays off the mat. Plant the foot down. Left hand on the mat, choose your grip. Right hand to the back of the head. On the inhale, right elbow up to the sky. Stack shoulders, firm through the hips. Exhale, right elbow points down to the big toe. And again. Inhale. And exhale, come out of the twist. Inhale, deepen the twist. And then extend, right arm up to the sky. Check the work's going through all of the body. And then see if we can lighten the load on the left hand. A strength builder. Creating heat, tapas, willpower. That ability to stay strong and stay firm in those waters where they're not calm around you. Always working on that one, hey? Hand comes down to the mat. Good. Left knee comes down to the mat. We take the right leg, we swing it back. Arch goes in line with heel and knee. Left hand, just a little out to the side, just a bit diagonal. It just gives us a bit, if we're all in one long line, Well, that's just a shitstorm of wobble, isn't it? So let's give ourselves a good chance. Hand onto the mat. Use your breath to steady. This makes me wobble. Never gets really easy, this one. Right hand onto the elbow. Think long from arch of foot to crown of head to get you in the groove. Arm comes up to the sky. Find your sky hooks. And on an inhale, we can aim to raise the foot. This side should be a bit easier because I won't be looking at a variation of myself, which is never joyful when you're doing yoga. Extend the arm across the top. Oh, I've gone. Thank gosh for a wall. I'm totally focusing. I hope you are as well. Probably hear by my heavy breathing, so I'm going to soften that out. Ah, there's a magic point. Hand comes down, knee goes down. A little bit of sweat drops off as we exhale into downward dog. Good. Inhale, left leg steps forward. Back knee goes down. Low lunge. Exhale, forward fold, front of the mat. Take the hands to prayer on the third eye. Raise on up to the sky. Exhale, we're going to take a half forward fold. Bend the knees, soften. Bring the hands, open the fingers and draw the elbows by the side of the body. So you've got spread fingers. You'll naturally start to stick the bum out and cave into the neck. So look down to the front of the mat and think, can I get my spine as flat as possible while drawing the shoulder blades together? Even the distribution of weight in the feet from heels to in and outer edges of the foot. Stay in focus here, thinking completely about the very tailbone to the crown of the head, aiming to get a beautiful long line through the whole system. Exhale, forward fold and let that go, let it hang out, let the shoulders go, the head go. Oh, hey, why not, under breath. Oh. God, let's have another one of those. That felt too good to get out of it too soon. Oh, little turn of the neck, I think, if you will. Hands down on the mat. Inhaling into plank position, please. A little hold for a moment, and then we'll lower down as if we're about to do chaturanga. So the elbows graze the side of the bodies. Take the knees down at any point, slowly to the mat. Down we go. Hands should be in line with the nipples, we're hoping. Bring the big toes together, and we're going to raise the hands off the mat. The back of the heart lifts off the mat, and the back of the forehead. And we take that same kind of position we've just done in standing. Aim to relax the feet. How can you do this? Let the heels roll out. If the heels roll out, the buttocks and the pathway to the sciatic nerve opens, which is nice. We don't want to activate it on the first one. Think about using the muscles in the arch of the spine and behind the shoulder blades to lift you up, rather than anything below the navel. Hands down to the mat, chin tucks in, forehead to the mat. Roll yourself onto your right side and take the right forearm parallel to the front of your mat. Stack onto the hips, take a cheeky bend of the knees. I don't know why that's cheeky. It's not really cheeky, is it? Just bend your knees. Sometimes a waffle that comes out. Hand on the hip. We are going to be pretty particular about having the elbows stacked directly in the shoulder and press the ear away from the shoulder, so lots of space along the top of the shoulder where the trapezium is. Hand on the hip, and we're going to press the hips up. We try and get that nice long line through the chest. Arm lifts up to the sky. Same kind of balance and feeling. Shooting stars out the crown of the head. If we like, we extend the top right leg. Arm can extend over, and we've got a bit of a variation of the balance again. You can see later on in the week, by Thursday, there's going to be a bit of this sort of action going on, can't you? But for now, it's steadiness and firmness. It's a lifting of the hips. It's a strengthening of all the core muscles. And we stay steady here. We ain't going anywhere. Yeah? If the hand wants to come to the back of the neck to support the head, this can create just as good a feeling as long as you're pushing out the ball of the foot. Plenty of time there, yeah? Land back down, hip down, all the way down onto the tummy for another variation of a cobra shalanbasana, I think. So something between a locust and a cobra doesn't sound very nice. Hands underneath the shoulders, forehead on the mat, bring the big toes together. This time we're going to do the same process, lift the heart, back of the heart, and the back of the head, and the hands off the mat. Good. Draw the shoulder blades back, send the elbows up to the sky. But this time we do start to squeeze the buttocks, squeeze your buttocks, squeeze the buttocks, lift the feet, have a little squeeze and breathe. Rather than thinking about yanking yourself up, do think of a string at the back of the heart, lifting up, lifting up, lifting up. Hands come back down to the mat, forehead down to the mat, chin tucks in. Notice the heels drop out just for that moment of release. Okay, to the other side. So roll onto your left hip and left elbow, left forearm. Bend the knees, no need for cheekiness. Think long through the spine once more. What I'm saying is it's about activating the chakra line. You get my drift. Elbow firms down, fingers spread, hands on hips, and we lift to get ourselves up. This can be enough. You know, you're taking your body weight through the lateral plane. Crown of the head is tall. If you wish, then we extend the top leg, as long as it's working. Just a floppy version ain't going to do. I'd rather keep the knees together and work on elevating the hips. Hand comes up to the sky, or extends over the top, or supports on the back of the head. This is my favourite. I think this is sustainable and good. I'm working my core without aggravating any neck issues here. Keep expanding into this. What does that mean? Keep working more to make this more powerful in a subtle way. One more breath. And down to the mat we go. Sweat is available for that posture if you wish to perspire. Hands by the line of the nipples once more. And off we go into a shalanbasana. Sort of variation, legs lift, heart lifts. Slide the arms forward with this one. Take the hands to a prayer in front of you and keep them on the mat. Spread the fingers. So the outer edge of your hands, I think I might be off camera, but the hands are to a prayer on the mat, and look to the thumbs. If it's feeling super fabulous and good, we then take the prayer to the third eye and rest the head on the third eye. Hands come back down to the mat. Inhale all fours. And yes, I think so too. Child's pose. Slide it back, heels to buttocks. Arms by the side. Drip dry the shoulders off the edges of your thighs. Hopefully through that you can feel that our aim was to fire up the core without doing sit-ups or mountain climbers or burpees or any of those things. I'm a great believer now that you can over-exercise, you can do too much, and it becomes so that you use up your life force in a way that doesn't benefit you in the long run. Doing boot camps and military style training used to be my thing. Never actually got me fit. It just got me in between injuries. Just a thought process, just a thought, just to share. Inhale into all fours. Tuck the toes under downward dog, ease it on back. Happy days, lovely. Step forward with the right leg. I'm going to go into the wide-legged stance we did the other day, or other class. Feet are wide, and we take our hands to the long edge of the mat. Now, make sure your blankie's nearby or your sausage. I don't really heard it when my hips just click back in place. Delight. And you may want to fold it up into a nice, comfy place for your head. I would like you to heel toe your feet as wide apart as you dare. Now, some of you, if you can go into box splits, that's fine. If you're nuts to the floor, well done you. Good luck getting back up again over the age of 30, I think. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Come high on the fingertips. Press into the outer edges of your feet so you find a really delightful stretch into the muscles of the feet. I think that's quite lovely. You might even feel that your arches are lifting up. Take your blanket and put it where your head will land. Take the crown of the head towards the earth. Now, if that means refolding that blanket a bit more, refold the blanket. Hands come closely in line with the feet. And we take this inversion here. No more, no less. And again, press into the hands to lighten the load on the crown of the head. We're using this tripod feeling of, it's a reflection of the trimutri of dhyana, and samadhi. So it's that little three of one-pointedness, meditation, and then absorption into the universe business. I don't know what has to be in that tone of voice, but it does. Now, if you find you don't need that blanket and your head comes to the floor, that's great. Now, if you do and your head is on the floor, and if you start pressing into your hands, you'll notice your feet will start to lift. You may even come onto the tips of the toes. That will do for today, people. And rock it back down. Okay, inhale will come all the way up, long arms, flat spine, heel toe the feet a little closer together. Grab the blanket, sling it between your legs, and sit it behind you, just there. We'll have that in a minute. Oh, hold on, tell a lie. Sit it in front of you. No, we're going to twist round. It's there for me. Heel toe the feet closer, 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 closer. We're going to swing the arms around to the right side and cross the legs over. Ta-da! Now, I'm going to flip myself the other way around so I can still see you. However, you'll place your blanket underneath your bum and you'll sit down with the legs crossed over. I'm going to go this way around. See why I got complicated by doing that. Ta-da! So we've got the knees stacked upon one another, the cushion behind us to bring our buttocks up a little. So squiggle yourself. It's not a comfortable pose. It's never easy. The right leg hopefully is over the top of the left leg. Inhale, we'll take hands up to the sky, nice and tall, fuzzy hair. And then we're going to twist over the top thigh. Take the hands over the top and just take our seated twist. This, I think, is a really great posture for lower back pain. If you're thinking about, rather than doing twist on the floor, and you want something a bit more dynamic, stacking the knees into what's known as shoelace pose or cow pose just hits points that make me sweat. Round the outer edge of the IT band, psoas, quadriceps lumborum, all of those muscles in there. Oh, just it's kind of that bliss pain factor. Perfect little twist. So now we're going to go round to the other side. Inhale, take the hands up to the sky. And we're going to spin out. So we walk the hands down the alongside the opposite side of the mat, and then we twist around to the other side. We swing all the way around, cross the legs over, and sit back down. I hope that one's worked out for you. I hope it has. I don't know. I hope so. I can't explain it any better than twist it round and sit your bum back down again. There we go. Make sure whatever is underneath your buttocks can hold you up. If you do have a knee that's really, really raised up, you might want to have another blanket by you to pop into that space. Don't dismay if this one's really tough. It just is. The legs, when else do you put your legs in this position? All right, maybe some of you do, but that's something we don't think we should share in today's class. Not sure what good that would do. Inhale, take the hands to the sky, tall spine, and then take the hands over the top leg. Hopefully it's left leg now, and twist around to the left to find that lovely hip, spine. It will just hit some point in your body. That's intense. Don't run away from the intensity. Don't suppress the feeling. Go into it and say, oh yeah, baby. Feeling that one. Lighten the space between the eyebrows. And unfold out of it. Swing round the way you came out. Press into the feet. And if you're on your own, you can have a little play at doing this from side to side and dipping in. And that does create a nice, it's a bit of a sort of a vinyasa flow. Remove the blanket to the side, thank you. And then come down onto your buttocks. Ta-da! We won't vinyasa through that. We'll save that for later on. When you get your buttocks back down on the mat, this is where I check the time. Because oh, look, it's gone too quick again. Good. Have to save it for next time, won't I? Take the arms out in front of you if you're holding your tray of Ferrero Rocher. And then roll down to the mat. Nice and controlled. Let's do something about those outer edges of the hips. Let's rest the head on the floor. Ooh, I think we did quite a lot today. I think, I tell you what it could be, everyone. Draw the knees in towards the chest. I don't know what happened. Take the legs up to the sky. I bought some coffee from Waitrose, a different brand. I think it might have a bit more caffeine in it. Reach the hands up towards the sky, feet up towards the sky. Rotate and move. Loosen out. Knees in towards the chest. Good. Obligatory. But today, with the hands, interlink the hands, turn the palms up and take the knuckles onto the crown of the head, and you'll feel your shoulder blades flatten down on the mat. You can feel, again, for my dear beloved friend Carrie, this one, this is very good if you get that pain between the shoulders or to either side of the shoulder blade. This is a very nice space for keyboard warriors. Drop the knees over to the right, but keep all contact points above the heart exactly where they are. Have a little sink there, because we have the shoulder girdle placed with the elbows wide. They don't tend to lift up. When we've got the arm hanging out, we do tend to lift up in the twist, where in this, we're nicely secured to the air. Bring the legs back to centre and take the dip over to the other side, both knees to the other side. Elbows rooted down to the earth. Come back to centre. Soles of the feet down onto the mat. Release the hands, and if you wish, it can be quite nice at this point. Take the blanket and just place it underneath the hips and the buttocks. You want to make sure that the fold is where the arch of the spine is. So you've got the whole of the hip area supported by the cushioning. Once more, hands can be 6 to 8 inches away from the hips, or resting on the hip bones, and we close our eyes. If you have no issues with sciatica, you may wish to extend the legs long and take a mat width apart if this feels good. Close the eyes if they haven't already started to simmer down and rest. And without activating the whole of the system along the spine, the chakra system, if you will, or just the body parts, I would like you to take your hands now to the center of the chest, just for a moment, right onto the sternum. I'd like you to press in a little. And do so and see if you can detect your heartbeat. And then notice the rhythm of your breath. Lighting hands on the heart, but still keeping contact with the rhythm of the heartbeat and the movement of the breath. Release the hands back to a comfortable position where they were, whichever you've chosen. See if you can keep feeling the heart beating. Aware of the breath coming in and going out. Just the simplicity of heartbeat and breath. And as you keep your focus intently on heartbeat and breath, heartbeat and breath, I would like to lead you into a thought here, a feeling. To be in coherence with your heart and your breath in this very precise moment in time. Nothing before, nothing after, just this moment. What joy you can have in feeling your heart beat and feeling your breath enter and exit your body, and bring joy into the feeling of how wonderful that simple fact is that you breathe with ease and your heart beats with ease, and be full of the finest gratitude, not the American woo-ha gratitude. No. Just in our own beautiful way of feeling that heartbeat, noticing the breath, how easy they're all working for us in this moment, right now. And have joy in that, because maybe one day that will be something you wish you could feel, or you wish you could give to somebody else. The simple joy of breathing easy and a wonderful beating heart. The genuine gratitude for that. You don't have to write this down. You don't have to tell a friend about it. You don't have to post it on Facebook. Just the joy of saying to yourself, I feel my heart beating. I breathe with ease. Sweet, simple joy. And quite magically, by having that real gratitude, that inner gratitude for your breath and your heartbeat, I think we can all guarantee ourselves that longevity of our breath and heartbeat because we are aware of it, we are grateful for it, and we know how sacred it is. I'm going to leave you here today just to be in that space of gratitude for your heartbeat, for your breath. And if you can do that for 10 more breaths, slowing those breaths down, entering into that state, and see that as the best pension scheme for your mind, body, and soul. Until next time, thanks for coming on the journey with me. I love you all. Keep those hearts beating. Namaste.